If you think Kammy Hadiq is just Emmerdale's lovable comic relief, brace yourself, because a twist is coming that's strong enough to make you see him in a completely different light. Before we start, let me be clear. This video is commentary and a roundup of publicly available information, mixed with my own personal theories based on what we've seen on screen. It is not official content from ITV or the Emmerdale team, and everything can change once the episodes actually air. Lately, it really feels like Emmerdale has been flashing a big neon sign for a major Kammy storyline, the kind where he's no longer just there to lighten the mood, but someone who gets pulled straight into the ire of the storm. And the biggest signal for me is that the actor who plays Kammy has been talking about longer-term plans for the character, which makes it sound like the direction has been discussed in detail with the producers, and the big arc is getting very close. That usually points to two things. Either Kammy is about to be pushed into a much more central role, or he's been carrying a secret big enough to drag other characters down with him. More importantly, the way this upcoming storyline has been described gives off a relief and happiness, but also tragedy vibe. And the moment I heard that, I immediately thought, backstory, a hidden wound Kammy has been masking with a smile. And if that's true, then Kammy's cheery and charismatic energy might not be because he's carefree, it could be survival mode. The more it hurts, the more you force yourself to look fine. The messier it gets, the harder you try to make other people laugh. My personal prediction is that the tragedy will tie back to family, because Emmerdale loves this exact formula. Bright on the outside, but carrying a story no one saw coming underneath. If I had to place a bet, I see three directions that feel logically strong. 1. Kammy went through something huge in his family, a loss, a breakdown, or a secret that forced him to leave. 2. Kammy was the one who stayed behind after something painful happened, so now he clings to keeping everyone happy as a way of coping, or even atoning. Or 3, the biggest plot twist option, Kammy's past connects unexpectedly to another family or character in the village, the kind of reveal that makes viewers rewind old scenes to spot the breadcrumbs. And what I'd love is for the show to do this properly, not tragedy for the sake of tragedy, but tragedy that actually explains who Kammy is now, why he stays upbeat, why he's so good at bonding with people, and why he so often puts others first. At the same time as all the backstory hints, Kammy is also tied in to the Vinny Dingle and Lewis Barton situation, that classic will they, won't they dynamic that gets more explosive the longer it drags on. And this is where it gets really interesting for me. Kammy is being positioned as Vinny's protector, someone who values friendship deeply and who seems especially protective when it comes to Vinny. But I don't buy that it's only because Vinny is sweet. I think Vinny represents an innocence Kammy may have lost a long time ago, or Vinny reminds Kammy of someone from his past that he couldn't protect. So if Vinny starts moving towards something real with Lewis, it becomes a test for Kammy. Will he support it because he wants Vinny to be happy? Will he push back because something feels off? Or worse, will he try to stop it because he's terrified Vinny is about to walk into the same path that once broke Kammy? And now for the very plot twist street part of my prediction. When Emmerdale teases surprise plus tragedy plus family history, the twist usually lands in one of two lanes. Lane 1 is the heartbreak twist. Kammy was the victim of something genuinely devastating, and the reason he's so positive is because that's how he saved himself, which would make the audience love him even more as he steps into a healing arc where he finally faces what happened. Lane 2 is the darker twist. Kammy's past isn't clean. Maybe he was involved in something wrong. Maybe his family is linked to something shady. Maybe he witnessed something and became an unwilling accomplice. If it's that lane, the fallout could shock the whole village, and Vinny could end up in danger simply because he's standing too close to Kammy at the exact moment everything blows up. Personally, I'm leaning toward a half-and-half version of the second lane, because Emmerdale loves characters who feel like sunshine, but whose sunshine was born from darkness. Either way, I genuinely believe that by the end of this year, Kammy won't just be the guy who smooths scenes over with charm. He'll be the guy who makes viewers look back at every single earlier appearance and ask, What signs did we miss? And I want to throw this question to you so we can predict together. Do you think Kammy is going to be tragic and sympathetic or mysterious and suspicious? If you had to choose one, will his past be mainly about family or about a personal secret he's been hiding? And if you enjoy this kind of spoiler breakdown mixed with personal theories, make sure to follow or subscribe, because I've got a feeling this is only the bait, and the real hook is still coming when Emmerdale drops the next hint about Kammy and the Vinny Lewis storyline.